What's up, everyone? This is me, Press PB Talks, going live, talking the Women's T20 Challenge. I will be joined by Sharada in a bit. Um, but of course, we have to talk this one the Women's T20 Challenge, um, the three-team tournament, which will subsequently be expanded to a Women's IPL in 2023. So does BCCI say. Um, we wait to see if that happens. But if you're new to this channel, make sure you like this stream. Make sure to subscribe to PB Talks. Make sure to subscribe to She Talks Cricket. I have tagged her channel right in the title. You click there, it takes you straight there. It doesn't even take you out of this video. And her to join by and a good game, Delhi Capitals versus Mumbai Indians going on. And yeah, if Delhi wins, Delhi go through. If Mumbai wins, RCB go through. So yeah, it's about bits and pieces of it. So the Women's T20 Challenge, what is it actually? So it started off as just one game um, back in 2018. This was just at the aftermath of the 2017 Women's World Cup, where India just about lost the final. It was just one game and two teams, Supernovas, playing on the Trailblazers. And 2019 and 2020, it was like three teams, three teams playing out. Extra team added in with the Supernovas and the Trailblazers. An extra team came in the form of Velocity, and Supernovas won their second successive T20 challenge. And in the third one, they were beaten in the final by the Trailblazers. 2021 was not held, and 2022 it's about to be held in Pune. So this as I speak, so I'm joined. Hello, hello.
வணக்கம். Hi.
Yeah. So I was just talking about the intro and how it all started. It was just one game in 2018, and then in 2019, 2020, it was three teams, and then now 2021 didn't happen. 2022 is about to be this a challenge apparently, and we have been asking for a long, fully fledged women's IPL for a while. So, how do you see the future of this thing happening? So, first of all, you can introduce yourself, and then obviously I'll introduce her a bit. If I missed anything, you can carry forward. She is a
Sure.
former Tamil Nadu cricketer. She is a performance analyst expert. Her Instagram links are there in the description below. You can go ahead there and click a follow. And anything else you may want to add, go ahead.
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Prasanna, for having me.
Of course.
So it's been a pleasure. We've been having a lot of chats on cricket on
Yes.
Instagram, and also finally glad to make this happen.
Of
Uh,
course.
I know I as I also know you, you are a very vivid cricket fan, and it is so exciting to share the space with you. So thank you so much, first of all, for having me. So
Yeah.
just to add to what you said, I am a certified BCCA level 1 and an ICC level 1 coach as well. So I'm involved actively in coaching girls and boys at the grassroots level as of now. So
So
yes.
grassroots meaning like which age category do they come under?
Um, I do like under 16, under 19, and even under 23.
Nice. So yeah. So just want to get your overall thoughts about how this women's T20 challenge came up. Started as just one game, and then now three teams. Now there's supposedly a six-team women's IPL that is should be starting from next year. So how do you see this moving forward?
So definitely, it's a great thing for women's cricket. So if you see, there are a lot of domestic talents in India. So if you had observed the senior T20 women's tournament,
Yeah.
so there were a lot of talents. Like for example, a few girls from Maharashtra bowling left arm seamer Shraddha. So she is somewhat very talented. She can swing the ball. So there are a lot of hidden talents like that. So everything needs a platform. So if you take men's cricket for example, it all started after the 2007 T20 World Cup. So the
Yeah.
IPL has helped greatly in unearthing a lot of talents. Like now if you see Tilak Verma, before
Yeah.
that Surya Kumar Yadav, it has produced a lot of players for India. So the
Yeah.
same way this can having a women's IPL can work wonders for Indian women's cricket in the future. And even we have also heard foreign players and experts also saying that we should be really scared about India because of the talent that they have. So there is a lot of talent just waiting to be discovered. So the IPL for a women will be the perfect platform for getting new cricketers on board.
Because it has to happen at some point. We already see the women's Big Bash League doing wonders. Now the 100 came up. That is, and
Right.
for that's it's only this first year, but it's just picked up. I mean, just the importance given, equal importance given to both men's and women's cricket, and it's instead and all these big stereotypes like, oh, no one watches women's cricket, only men's cricket, this thing, blah blah blah. But we constantly see, if you put things accessible, if spectators allow in stadiums, they are filling the crowds. I mean, we see in women's football in Camp Nou, FC Barcelona, when they play, they had a 90,000 something capacity, and next game itself they broke that same record, bringing 91,000 or something. So there are people to watch. It's just that priorities, they don't prioritize that for a simple reason. I mean, for some reason, what so may, but hopefully this will be converted into a big IPL. And obviously, we have heard even not just Indian cricketers, even foreign cricketers, like we saw Kate Cross come on Ravi Ashwin's platform a few days earlier. I think it was just before the IPL, saying that we need a full-fledged women's IPL. And sometimes even the scheduling, because what happens is sometimes the women's games are right at the same time as the men's games, or it's some random odd time. Because I remember when 2017 IPL happened, I think it was, and I think England were touring India at that time. So
Yeah, so it was at the same
both
time.
were literally at the same time. So, and this is what, and it's slowly changing. I say it's changing, but I say very slowly though. So
Yeah.
so where was so where do you think the so obviously we have to start recruiting from grassroots level, obviously small, because we know in India there is so much talent every single where. I mean, you go to any place, you will find someone playing with an extra, like a cricket bat or something like that. But what happens beyond is just that they somehow have to have the determination just to get all the way. I mean,
Correct.
so
Correct. So
where do
they,
you see on that? Because obviously, compared to men, women obviously face I can at least 100 times more struggle. I mean, it could be even more. So, what do you where do you see this going?
yeah, see, absolutely, you are right. So the path is not same for men and women cricketers. So the thing is, things as you said are definitely improving a lot after that 2017 World Cup final. So
Yeah,
we've definitely seen a huge rise in the enrollment of women cricketers, even at the grassroots level. So after
yes,
that, yes, India has made semi-final and final appearances. So now the people know that the girls, there is an Indian women's cricket team. So there needs to be a pathway. If you see Cricket Australia, so they
yeah,
have the Woolworths Blast and till the age category of 9. Then they have the district level cricket. Then the state level cricket, and finally they also have the Big Bash League for women simultaneously. So
yeah.
the association kind of starts tracking the players right from the age of 13 or 14. That's why you see a lot of young all rounders in Australia, the likes of Stella Campbell
Yeah,
and Annabelle Sutherland doing very
yeah,
well because they play under a lot of pressure even in the WBBL. So that
yeah.
kind of helps them translate into the international cricket. So there seems to be no gap between the domestic and the international cricketers. The talent pool, the talent level is just the same, just because the number of matches they play and the exposure that they get. So compared to Indian cricketers. So India, if you see a women's IPL,
Hmm.
definitely will have at least each team will have a minimum of 7 to 8 minimum of 7 to 8 domestic players who will get a definite opportunity. So if they
Thanks.
grab eyeballs and if they are accustomed to pressure, because T20 games are all about absorbing pressure, and
Yeah.
the Indian girls lacked in the 2017 finals. If you see, we were almost there technically, quality wise,
I still don't
everything
know how we
was
lost that
top
though.
notch. Yeah, so we lost by 7 runs, right? 7 or 8 runs, and
Yeah.
even the 2020 World Cup final, it was a wobbly start from us. Yeah, so just because the exposure is less, the exposure to pressure is a lot low. So how can the girls compensate that? How can the cricketers be compensated for that? Is by playing a whole number of games. So
Yes.
if currently the Indian women's team plays about 15 games per year, that is, I'm saying, the maximum
Yeah.
of 15 games per year. So definitely that could be increased to probably at least two international tours, minimum of two international tours, be playing against quality teams like New Zealand, Australia and England
England,
every year.
etc.
Yeah, and having 20 to 30 games, international games per year, so that uh, everyone gets a chance. And when we go for a World Cup like event, for example, the next T20 World Cup is in 2022.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2023, South
Yeah.
Africa, it's in Feb. Okay, so preparations need to start as of now, and before that, we have the Commonwealth Games as well. So, match, there is nothing like match exposure and experience. So, the more games the girls get, something like an IPL, definitely will help Indian women's cricket in the future.
I think the 2020 World Cup final. I mean, I know we got hammered, but I kind of like I don't want to say just brush it off because it was Australia. Because you see, Australia, their men's and women's team in World Cups, they are just a different monster. And obviously, it has to start from young. And I want you to take answer this question. Pick up Shankaraman. India women must play a lot of matches like Australia do, and women's be able to compete the highest level. In the World Cup, we were not able to compete top teams exactly. So we were able to beat the teams we expected to beat, but un- despite having all of this, we were nearly there. It was that one small no ball thing, and it could have turned our way. But against the top teams like Australia and England, we were nowhere to be seen. So that's the thing.
Absolutely. So, it all boils down to one simple thing. Okay. Analysis, clarity, and match experience. So,
Yes.
the Indians definitely, seem to lack match practice, and their plans were also, kind of out of place. For example, they didn't seem to do a lot of analysis. See, at the international level, you are expected to do a lot of, top notch analysis. Like you need to know about your teams, A to Z about your teams. For example, if Sophie Devine is strong in the mid wicket region, you need to have a 4-2 field. You need to have a country, a deep mid wicket. So that kind
Yeah.
of in-depth analysis seemed to be lacking
Yeah.
as far as the World Cup was concerned. And the batting also, probably after Smriti Mandana and Harman, apart from these two, everything was, again, the running between the wickets and the run rates. Okay, so we often get to blistering starts. Like, we have first 20 overs, we get to, 120,
Yeah. Yeah.
130
Yeah.
when Shefali and Smriti play. But after, these two get out, now the run rate drops down to 3.5, 4. So in current international cricket, 3.5, 4 is definitely not acceptable at all. So we need to work on those areas. So again, those areas need to be worked only either in high performance camps, have a dedicated high performance camps at the NCA or whatever, for the girls, work on some power hitting abilities, work on different combinations. So if who can be an alternate, you need to have alternate plans. If plan A doesn't work, what is your plan B and plan C? So for that, you need to have a dedicated pool of cricketers who can compete at the international level. So all these things can be done, can be experimented during the off season by high performance camps. And again, when the season starts, not be afraid to try out new combinations. For example, there was this player Indrani Roy who was picked in
Yeah.
the tour to England. So she wasn't given even one game, but suddenly after English tour, she was not a part of any squad. Okay, and now again, for surprisingly, for the T20 challenges, she is not a part of any team. So what happens to these cricketers? Indrani Roy is definitely a very very talented wicket keeping bat, and she is an aggressive opener as well. So opportunities need to be given, and only by that time you can find out who are the players who are capable of performing at that level. So for example, if Australia miss out on Elise Perry, if Elise Perry is injured, you have an Annabelle Sutherland, you have a Talia McGrath who can do the same role as Perry. But if Smriti Mandana, unfortunately it shouldn't happen, but if she gets injured, so who is going to take up that role? Again, it's a question mark. So for these kind of things, we need to, analyze, sit and, ponder upon the depth for the to know the depth again. Matches, camps, planning, analysis.
Not just Smriti Mandana. I mean, you look at Hamanpreet Kaur, you look at Mithali Raj, you look at Jolan Goswami. I mean, Jolan Goswami has been playing since forever. I mean,
Yeah.
even now, whenever she picks the new ball, first over, there is some in swinging wicket. I mean, like, was it Ellis Perry or Alisa Healy? I mean, the opener
That
she got out. I mean, that
she
it's
has got
gone
out.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was Tammy Beaumont, England. So the ball just
There was
lately.
Australia also, I think, in the middle. I mean,
Yeah,
that
see,
was one, but
Elisa Healy, there was one Shika Pandey in swinger that
yeah, yeah,
went
that
go
literally pitched
crazy.
way on line wide and literally came so back in.
Correct,
That was
correct, correct,
crazy.
correct. So again, see, perfect. So Julan
So before
Goswami.
before that, I just want you to take this. Why isn't Jemima Rodriguez being played regularly? I mean, is it just like so what is it? Just I just want your thoughts on it because
So actually, Jemima Rodriguez definitely. I thought I was frankly very surprised that she wasn't a part of the World Cup squad.
yeah,
But the selectors, the reason that was given was she is not a 50 over format specific cricketer. She hasn't performed. Yes, agree that she hasn't performed, but it is too early to have format specialist players in women's cricket, in my
yeah,
opinion, because men cricketers play 40 international games per year.
yeah,
So they have two teams playing simultaneously. It is happening now also, right? One team will be touring in Ireland, and the
yeah,
other
yeah.
will be playing a
It
test
even
match.
happened last year. I mean, one team was in
Sri
England and the
Lanka
second
and
team
England.
was
Correct.
in Sri Lanka.
So the men's team plays that much of cricket. So they can afford to have definitely, test specialists, T20 specialists, and one day specialists. And the women are just playing 15 games. I don't think this is the time to have 50 over format specialist, 20 overs format specialist. That we play too little of cricket to, just venture into those areas. Jemima Rodriguez, according to me, she did well in the 100, absolutely. Form is form, irrespective of the format to me. If you are hitting the ball well in the nets, well in a practice game, you can easily translate that into a world cup or whatever event it is. So she was high on confidence after the 100, and she even played a couple of good knocks in the WBBL. And also apart from that, Jemima is a very good outfielder also.
Yeah.
So they missed her, and probably Jemima at number 3 or number 4, she could have probably just with those quick. She's a good runner between the wickets also. So we need batters who can carry on with the same amplitude. If the openers give us good start like 70 for no loss in 15 overs, 80 for no loss in 15 overs, and a wicket falls, we need someone who can play with that same tempo and not just play out 5 6 overs of just dot balls. Who can rotate strike, who is a very busy player. So Jemima was definitely missed, and according to me, she should be a regular feature of Team India's plans.
Speaking of playing out dot balls, we have Maithali Raj. I mean, I don't want to criticize her. She's been absolute legend of the game. She has scored so many runs, no doubting that. But this World Cup, especially, I mean, what was it with her? Because it's a different thing starting slowly, but she started way too slowly, in my opinion. I mean, it looked like she never even got going, and at the point of acceleration, she got out. So at that point, you see so many balls are wasted, and the batters underneath 6, 7, 8. When they try to hit, they just try to hit and slog balls, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, what was your take on that?
So it is, that's the way she plays.
Yeah,
Mitali Raj, everyone knows that her role is to be the anchor. In case of early wickets,
yeah,
her role is just that she knows one way to play, and this is that. So,
exactly.
but I believe she could have been used better. She was batting at number 4.
Yeah,
When the number 4 batter comes in, already at least half of the overs are done,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So she could have batted at the number 3 position, in
yeah,
which her stats are usually great. No, she would have been more useful because in case of an early wicket, she's technically so sound
yeah.
that bowlers can't take a wicket. So she could have been an anchor at one end. So number 3, Mitali Raj made sense than the number 4, because number 4 you need someone like a Harman.
Mm,
Harman comes in at the 28, 30 over mark, and you need players, who can just go get going in a 2 or 3 overs.
Yeah,
So
she
Mithali
can.
Raj, yeah, Mithali Raj is definitely, not that kind of a player. So I wouldn't, the dot balls again. It wasn't Mithali Raj's thing alone. It should have been, a better plan should have been in place. She could have batted at number three, which would have been, a lot better for India. Also, see, with the power play overs, if an early wicket falls, the number three batter also gets to use the power play a lot more. So
Yes.
with her pre-stroke play, with just two fielders outside, she could have really capitalized on that. So kind of, I felt India really, really missed out on that.
And that's another thing. I mean, we started talking women's T20 challenge. We ended up totally like on a totally different tangent. But this is also like, obviously this has to be spoken every single word, because I mean, how many people actually regularly speak women's cricket, so to say? It's just maybe the men's cricket, and I don't fault them. Obviously, men's cricket, it's been watched all over the world. That's been spoken. Fair enough, but I mean, give some energy for the women's team as well, because it's at this time that they need it. And imagine, since 2017 itself, both, I mean, the 2017 final and the 2020 final, they reached 2020. Yeah, the T20 final they reached. We
Yeah.
reached the men's team had the same amount of finals, 17 Champions Trophy, and the, if you count the limited overs, if you count the World Test Championship as a final, that is also a final. You can so to say, but it's not much difference in the terms of ICC events. Though I mean, we India men's team haven't been that great apart from when we were under MS Dhoni. Other than that, it was just so this. I mean, and obviously, question comes about pay gap. I mean, the pay gap is ridiculous. I mean, the grade one or grade A, for a men's cricketer, for likes of Kohli, Rohit Sharma, etc., is 7 crore. But same thing for a women's cricketer, grade A itself is just 50 lakhs. So that, how do you explain that pay gap though? Have you had any like idea of, or have you kind of gone into what's going on there? Before that, just hold that out for a sec. But I have take this one. Pooja Vastaka was good in the World Cup. Don't you feel we need all-rounders like her to compete against the top teams? Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So all these tournaments, something like a women's IPL will definitely unearth a lot of people. There are a lot of, hard hitting all rounders. We have a few from Tamil Nadu as well. So there are players. There is no shortage. It's just that they need a platform to,
Yeah.
just come out and express themselves.
Exactly. So, speaking of the Women's T20 Challenge, obviously it is beginning day after tomorrow. All the 4 games are going to be held in Pune. Um, Let me share the screen of the fixtures and all the squads and everything, and we can go through every single one of them. So, this is like the fixture list. First one begins on the Okay, the first one begins on the 23rd. The Supernovas versus the Trailblazers. Then the next day itself, Supernovas take on the Velocity, and I'm not sure what that's about. Just one, that not even a 1 day gap. Then after 1 day gap, Trailblazers play Velocity, and 28th is the final at the MCA Stadium. I mean, fixtures wise, do you say it's fairly balanced, or how do you look at it? I mean, I expected at least 1 day gap.
So, see, the 1 day gap is also fine. There are Saeed Mushtaq Ali trophies, games being, held back to back. But the
Yeah,
thing is with the timing. So, for the first day, for example, they play a 7:30 game,
yeah,
right? The game starts at 7:30 and, it ends at, say, 11:15.
yeah,
Okay, so by the time the warm downs are done and the team leaves, it will be easily 12 o'clock,
yeah.
right? And by the time they reach the hotels, and again the next game starts at 3:30 the next day, right?
Jeez.
And the teams, yeah, have to come again at 2:30. So it's just that you don't get a lot of time for your recovery and things like that. 7:30 p.m. games back to back is fine. At least you get a 24-hour gap. But again,
Yeah,
the 3:30 a.m. In those hot, humid
yeah.
conditions, in fact. So yes, it is going to be difficult, but I think the idea behind that is, to cash in on the broadcast, cash in on the a simultaneous men's playoff schedule. So hopefully, definitely next year with the 6 team IPL for the women, things will look better.
And it's not just a normal stadium. It's like at MCA Stadium, Pune. It's literally at the outskirts, and at that temperature, Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine like what they would be going through. And these were like the fixtures, and then let's just go to individual teams. So we start looking at the Supernovas. Harmanpreet Kaur obviously being captain. We have Tania Bhatia, and we have Harleen Dior, Meghna Singh, Ayush Soni, Pooja Vastarkar, which was who Shankara mentioned before. Obviously the Sophie Eccleston, massive player, Devendra Doughtin, Alana King. Um, so, what do you make of the squad overall, from top to bottom, and who do you think will be who do you think would be your ideal playing 11?
Uh, this is a very batting heavy squad, and Sophie Kristen is also there.
Yeah.
So pacers probably they'll be dependent on Indian pacers, which is a very very good thing.
Yes.
So overall, Harman is a very very experienced captain. We remember the
Yeah.
2019 finals in which they just trounced the Trailblazers by just
Yeah.
one run. So that
Yeah.
was a very closely fought game. So yes, good that the girls are getting some match practice, and this will be ideal preparation for the Commonwealth Games as well. It's a
Of course.
T20 format. It's going to be happening in July.
Yeah.
So hopefully Harman can just start trying out some options, start watching the Indian paces keenly right from game one in the T20 challenge. So coming to the playing 11, yes, definitely Harman, Tania Bhatia will be my wicket keeper.
Yeah.
Um, Deandra Doughton.
The wicket Kanye Bade picks herself as a wicket keeping out, to be honest. Yeah.
Yep, yep. So Deandra Doughton,
Yeah.
three. Again, Harleen Diol,
Yeah.
Pooja Vastrakar,
Yes.
Sophie Eccleston,
Hmm.
uh, Sanelu,
Yeah.
and Alana King.
Hmm.
Mm, did I say Harman? I said Harman, right?
Obviously, she's the first name.
Yeah. So again, I will go with Meghna Singh
Right.
and Meghna Singh. Then I'll try out someone between Muskan Malik and Priya Punia as the opening option. Because
Right.
Priya Punia has been doing really well in the 50 over format, and she has worked on her power hitting abilities as well.
Yeah.
So in the T20 game also she got in the T20 tournament. She also got some quick runs. So my 10th player would be, Muskan Malik, who
Yeah.
is also a very, an upcoming batter. She's a
Yeah.
very, very young cricketer who is a very aggressive cricketer also.
Yeah.
So they will be my number 10th option. And
Yeah.
number 11, I would go with, giving an opportunity to Chandu V, who has
Yeah.
been really good in the T20 tournament. She, in the 50 overs format, she got a 5 wicket haul as well. So she
Yeah.
has been very impressive with the new ball. So why not? Why not try out Chandu V? So this will be my starting playing 11.
So yeah, that looks pretty decent. And in case of any injuries or something, who do you see as backups to who? In case, God forbid, any
Mm,
injuries happen, we obviously want none of them to happen, but just in case, maybe as a replacement, because
mhm, mhm.
as I said in the Supernovas play back to back, so you would be looking to give couple players rest. So in case of anything, what might you change?
Okay, so if in case of an injury to a fast bowler, whether Meghna Singh, it'll be Mansi Joshi,
Yeah.
will be one of the front runners to get an opportunity, and even Monica Patel, the left arm seamer can be tried out. So those two will be my first go to options in case of an injury. And apart from that, Ayushi Soni, yes, the all rounder option. In case Harleen Diol or someone who's from that all rounder, the spin and the batter category, Ayushi Soni can replace. So these three will be my first backups.
Okay, before we go into the next squad, I would like to take you this comment. Any upcoming players from TN who is in the reckoning?
Actually, Hemalata, who has played for Southern Railways, she had a fantastic T20 season. But I don't know, for some reason she hasn't made it to the T20 challenge. So it is quite disappointing to see that. And apart from that, we have yes Anusha, who is he was speaking about all rounders. So Anusha is that, the lanky medium pace and that hitter who can get you those quick 25 of 15 deliveries. So, there are a lot of players, and, the under 19 team looks very, very good
Yeah,
at the Tamil Nadu level.
that was that. And we look through the Supernovas. Next team, we have the Trailblazers led by the elegant left-hander Smriti Mandana. Obviously, got them players Poonam Yadav, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, Richa, Meghana, um, Jemima, obviously, Haley Matthews. So, how do you see this team shaping up? So, is this team like batting heavier, bowling heavier, or do you see it kind of evenly matched in a way?
It is kind of evenly matched, I would
Right.
say. And the interesting thing will be to watch is Smriti's captaincy.
Yeah.
Smriti, according to me, is a very, very ideal captaincy material. She's that opening bat, who can, after her duties, she can just focus on the bowling changes. She can just focus on the
Yeah.
fielding changes. I think, she's the right choice after Harman. So even if Harman wants to take a break, I think even Raman sir mentioned this
Yeah.
once. So I think in case Harman is willing, Smriti can take over as the captain. So Smriti, I think, is a very good, tactician of the game, if I can put it that way. So it will be interesting to see how she handles the team. So currently, Trailblazers won the championship in 2020. So let's see if they are able to defend. So my playing 11 will be, of course, Smriti, Poonam Yadav, Haley
Yeah.
Matthews, who will be, playing either at the opening spot or number three,
Yeah.
Jemima for sure.
Okay.
Jemima, I really look forward to how she is playing, because she again had a fantastic women's senior T20 and
Yeah.
50 years also. She's very good, Nick. So Jemima will be number four. Again, Richa Ghosh, five. Yes, Meghna.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah. So ahead of anyone, I would, want S Meghna to open with Smriti and see how that it goes, and
Yeah.
Jemima coming in at number three. So S
Yeah.
Meghna, six. Again, Sophia Dunkley, the
Yeah.
English all rounder. Yeah, so she can get you those, playing at number six or number seven. She can really score some, get you some quick runs. So Dunkley will be number seven. Uh, Richa Ghosh, of course, the wicket keeping option. Rajeshwari Gaikwad.
Yeah.
Uh, then I would go for Shraddha Pokharkar. So she's that left arm seamer from Maharashtra who can really get some movement with the new ball.
New ball.
So
Yeah.
10, and the 11th, Salma Khatun,
Right.
the Bangladeshi, yes. So she can bowl off spin and leg spinner. So, in case the wickets are dry, I think, Pune wicket was good for batting. And I think it's really, really hot now. So we can expect some dryness from the pitch. So we can see a little bit of turn also. So this will be my starting playing 11 for the Trailblazers.
And same question, in case if there is any changes you would make, I mean, say, like any
Mhm.
backups or somebody, same question.
Yeah, so probably in case of the pace department, Renuka Singh will be my number one option for replacement, and again, second one will be Arundhati Reddy. She has already played for India. She can definitely be considered. But see, I think Arundhati might be in the starting playing 11 over Shraddha. But Smriti, being the captain of Maharashtra, she has seen Shraddha from close quarters. And Indian team definitely needs a left arm pacer. They can provide you that extra, the value at the angle. So I really hope Smriti starts off with Shraddha. So Renuka Singh and Arundhati, yes, they will be in the reckoning for the playing 11. Even if they don't make the cut, they will be my first replacement options. And apart from that, Sujata Malik. Sujata Malik, the second highest wicket taker of the T20 Women's Senior Tournament.
Yeah.
Again, if it will be interesting to see she gets a chance if either of the frontline pacers are rested or just miss out.
That was the Trailblazers in a nutshell. And of course, the last team we have to come on to is the Velocity. Um, and you've got some big name players there. You've got Sneharana, you've got Shafali Verma, the opener, obviously. Yastika Bhatia, she can open as well. And Radha Yadav, the spinner. Kate Cross, number CSK fans, Kate Cross, who everyone will know. And how do you see this team shaping up?
I think it's a very, very good side. You have a lot of experienced foreigners here, and some exciting talents. So, KP Navgire, the Nagaland opener, she
Yeah,
smashed 162 in a game, in a T20 game, the
crazy.
senior T20 game. Yeah. So, and she scored the fastest 50 also in the same tournament, 50 of 16 or 18 deliveries, if I'm not, wrong.
Hmm.
So, definitely, I'm just waiting to see her. Okay, so she will be my go-to opener with Shefali Verma. So Shefali, again KP Navgire, Laura Volwat. I would love to see her at number three.
Yeah,
Laura Volwat is opener, but being this, the Indian T20 challenge, I would see rather Deepthi go with combination of Shefali and Navgire over Laura Volwat. So Volwat at number three. Again, Yastika,
yeah,
4. Deepthi herself, 5.
yes,
Then Sneh Rana, of course, 6. Um, Kate Cross, 7.
obvious.
Then Nayabonga Kaka, 8. Nayabonga Kaka is really good with her variations. It's
Yes,
never easy to pick her slower one. So she will make the cut.
yeah,
Uh, Radha Yadav, then mm, it will be interesting. See, there is Maya Sonwane, who has
yeah,
a Paul Adams type of unconventional action. She is a
yeah,
spinner, and even Aarti Kedar. Aarti Kedar was also one of the standout performers with the ball, the T20 tournament.
yeah,
So Aarti Kedar or Maya Sonwane will
yeah.
be my number 10 option, and number 11 will be uh, the Thailand player Nathakan Chantam. So,
Hopefully, we have not butchered her name.
ஆமா. So, she will be my number 11 option.
Again, same question as earlier. If you would make, if there were any backups or any.
Again, I would definitely look at giving opportunities to Maya Sonwane and Aarti Kedar. They are a must. Try them out because we need backup leg spinning options. We can't go with Poonam Yadav on alone on every single tour. So you need to have
Exactly.
the other spinners coming in. So they would be a must try out. It will not hurt to give a chance to Simran Dil Bahadur as well, the medium pacer. So she has been on and off. So it will be it if she's given an opportunity with new ball along with Ayabonga Kaka, she can
Yeah.
learn a lot from Kaka on how to use ball in different scenarios. Pick some ideas from Kaka as well, so that if she gets an opportunity with the Indian team, so she can really get you those right arm medium military medium consistent length balls for the Indian team. So these will be my backup options.
So those were the teams expecting a really competitive women's IPL. Looking forward to see some talents, and obviously now is the time to experience for talents. I mean, yes, they might go for a few. They might go. Bowlers might go for a few runs. Yes, the batters might get out early, but you can definitely see them signs because you need to give them. It's all good playing in the nets and all, or playing somewhere saying, okay, I can bat here and there, but match practice is actually what counts, and it's okay even if maybe even if like 1 or 2 games, even if you mess up, I mean that happens because no one is like a guaranteed
See,
scorer.
again, the girls are playing right after the World Cup. World Cup happened mid
Yeah,
March. India's campaign ended around that time, March end,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So it's a gap of April and May, so
Too
almost two
much.
months. So it'll be interesting to see how they adapt because they have had just domestic cricket practice before, and
Yeah,
let's see, let's wait and watch.
it's about who are just quicker to the conditions, and take this question. How good is Sneha? I think he meant Sneha Rana. Yeah. So
Sridharan.
yeah. I
Sharada, yes, see, she has been around the domestic circuit for a very, very long time now. Okay, she has played for the Indian Railways, which is the best side, unarguably in the senior women's circuit. So,
exactly.
to be a part of that playing 11 consistently over this period of time definitely shows that, she has that ability, she has that, variations, she has that match, what to say, the ability to adapt quickly to conditions. That's what matters the most in cricket. She really thinks. Even if she gets hit in the previous over, she comes back with really, variations while bowling quick, while or giving the ball a lot of air. And more than all of that, she's a kind of, a Ravindra Jadeja type of player who can contribute a little bit in every department, whether be it bowling, be it batting, be it fielding. She's a very sharp fielder as well. So players like that definitely help. So she's going to be. We can never forget that Test match against England where she and Tanya really battered out England
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
of the
See the test
competition.
match.
So she was making her debut. It's just nerves of steel. Making your debut in such conditions where it's overcast and the ball is swinging, things like that. So definitely Sneha is amongst the best.
Of course, that's the thing for even for all bowlers. I mean, if you get hit for 1-4 or 1-6, it's not the end of the world. I mean, there's still five balls. I mean, obviously it happens. They hit you for a 4 or 6. That was a good shot, but don't try things just for the sake of it because they hit you for a 4 or 6. And that is the confidence that it should be going from
Absolutely.
towards
The
all
ability to,
levels.
correct, the ability to back your talents, the ability to, you are capable. And again, one bad ball doesn't define your entire career or whatever practice you've done before.
Exactly. So that was all the teams looking forward to a wonderfully balanced women's IPL. We're looking forward to immense action. 28th is the final, and obviously 28th is the final, right? Yeah, 28th is the
20.
final.
Yes, 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 correct.
28th is the final. Hope we get to see some good action. Hope we get enough TRP and good enough viewership because they really deserve it at this point of time, and especially after coming off of the World Cup where we almost made it to the semis. They need this and they need our support at this point of time. It was an absolute pleasure talking with you. 45 minutes have just gone like soup. And obviously, when we talk cricket, we can talk for hours and hours and hours. And obviously, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to PB Talks. Make sure to hit the bell symbol to get notifications when I go live like this or do videos. I did a watch along for ATK Mohan Bagan versus Basundara Kings that hit 3.5k views. I never expected that would happen, but yeah, and hopefully I can get to 500 subs by the end of this month. Make sure to subscribe to She Talks Cricket as well. The link is in the title itself. You just click there, it takes you straight there. It doesn't even take you off this video. Make sure to follow her on Instagram because she gives wonderful insights on cricket. I mean, having played the game, do you kind of have a better insight than once than as just as fans, or how do you see that? How do you see that point of view?
See, a good player doesn't mean that they can make a good coach or a good analyst.
Yeah,
So it all depends upon, I'm just crazy about the game. I think
yeah.
that alone translates into my videos. So that's it. It's really simple, nothing else.
Of course, you can obviously find our Instagram links below. Make sure to hit the bell notification, and obviously, hopefully, we talk more soon. Obviously, there will be many coming up on India tours, and cricket is all over the place, and it's not going anywhere. So we will definitely collab soon on something. But thank you, Shada, for doing this. Hopefully, we
Thank you.
meet
Thank you
again
so much,
soon.
Prasanna. So, I, really enjoy watching your videos. You're doing a fantastic job. So, just keep carrying on. Just keep soldiering on. It's been fantastic talking to you. Great that people like you are taking initiative to talk about the women's game. We should do more of this.
Of
And
course.
once again, thank you so much for having me. Really, really enjoyed chatting up with you.
Likewise, likewise. And as I keep saying at the end of every single video, we are still in the midst of pandemic. So stay safe. Make sure to stay safe and wash the hands. Thank you, everyone. Catch you later.